All right. Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace, love, salutations, and blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and in sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson. And I pray I hope this lesson is edifying. And in this lesson, we're going into Jacob's trouble and the brutality of these ICE agents, this Gestapo. Okay, and this is nothing more than Jacob's trouble. But I brought this out because the people are starting to get fed up to the point to where we're going to start seeing this sedition, and bullets are going to start flying back because ICE is really getting out of control, and people are getting fed up because now people understand that nobody's safe. They're just grabbing people up at gas stations. Okay, they're pulling people out of Targets. There's a guy that got pulled out of Target, right? And they just dumped his ass in the Walmart parking lot. So so people are getting fed up with it. People are getting fed up with this whole ICE thing. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with Second Ezra's. I'm gonna start off with Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it." And so we're seeing Jacob's trouble coming in full force. Okay, and let's see. One second. All right. All right. So, I'm gonna go to 1 Peter 4:17, and it says, "For the time has come, the judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh, and and if it first begins with us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?" All right, so the judgment is beginning with the house of Israel, because who are they going after? They're going after the northern and the southern kingdom. They started off with the northern kingdom, but the true intent was to get all of them. Okay, that's what the true intent was. Now, I have this video here, and this is fair use. I'm not profiting off of this in any way. It's a news report, and this video, it's a pretty difficult video to watch because, this guy literally just pulled up to a gas station, and even though we know they're 2/3, man, we still don't want to see our people getting manhandled by that, by these, these Edomites. It is what it is. However, there's some messed up shit. My man, and you can tell, you can look on his face that he knew he was about to be out of there. And my rib translated, because my rib Northern Kingdom, and she translated something that one of the guys said, and one of the guys said, "I'm going to kill you." Now, 13 seconds in, so I'm gonna play the video. It's a 9-minute long video. I'm probably gonna play like 5 minutes of it uninterrupted. And then we're gonna move on to the next video immediately, because the next video is going into how people are getting fed up. All right.
Minnesota, and so this happened on Sunday the 11th at a Speedway gas station in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I can't get the image of this man lifeless, being carried away like an animal by Border Patrol led by Greg Bovino. There's multiple angles of this incident. I'm going to share the information that I've gathered, and I need you to please watch. It's really difficult video, but we need to bear witness, and I need you to please share because we don't know what happened to him. We don't know if he's alive. We don't know where he is. So he's sitting in his car at a gas station, probably getting gas when Border Patrol rolls up on him. And I count 13 seconds between when they engage with him and when they smash his window.
I'm gonna break it. Open the door. Open it. Last warning.
You can clearly see his hands. He's just holding his phone. He's not being threatening, but they smash his window in, again, 13 seconds. And then the victim moves to the other side of his vehicle. Pretty natural reaction when someone smashes your window, but that seems to set the Border Patrol off, and their entire demeanor changes. They become super aggressive.
Hey, go one way or the other. Don't go both ways. Back up.
So now it's hard to tell what's happening because they're pushing the journalists and photographers away. And this is like classic oppressive police tactics. When they want to brutalize somebody, they get all the people filming away. They block the cameras with their bodies so that you can't tell what they're doing. Now they have him face down on the ground. You can hear the man grunting in pain, struggling to breathe.
One more. You go back there, I'm going to put you under arrest. One more. You get back there one more time. Back up. Back up.
So in this angle, you can see his breaths, and they're pretty shallow until there's one large exhale, and then he goes completely limp. Notice the reaction of the Border Patrol around him. At the same moment, they all go hands off. They know something happened. This is really hard to watch, but you got to stay with me. You can see he is clearly limp. Now notice the bruising on his body, and they don't render aid. They all know he is so clearly unconscious, and they don't render him any aid. They just drag him off like he's a dead animal.
And there's other accounts of them doing the same thing to other people. Okay, So we in the thick of it, and they're going to, what was it? Was it the Carolinas, Minnesota, and there's another state that they're in right now, and they're just going from state to state. And I believe here in Georgia, they're starting to go door to door. So this thing is about to kick off. It's not even about to. It's kicked off. Okay. You know, hey, this devil. You know, the people know that he's purposefully trying to excite a war. The nations know this, and the people know to excite an insurrection here in America. But they're trying to fight against it. But when people are doing this type of shit, you can't just sit back and do nothing. And eventually, these Americans are going to start shooting back, which I think is going to happen sooner than later. Now, this is Second Ezra 16:71, and it says, you know what? I'll start at verse 7. It says, "For there should be in every place and in the cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." And we've seen ICE go into houses and take people out. Okay, so this is prophecy happening right before your very eyes. Now, I have another video of a guy. He's saying, "Hey, it's time for them to come, come locked and loaded." So without further ado, here's this video.
This is the dark place. This is the dark time.
Why did you feel compelled to be here today?
I came up here in 2020 after George Floyd was murdered, after I watched that video. And on Wednesday, I got word that Renee Nicole Good was murdered in cold blood. And I made the decision right then and there that I was going to come up here one way or another. They fired the first shot. I'm not calling for peace anymore. I don't care what Fox News says. I don't care what that woman in the press room says. I'm not calling for peace. They fired the first shot. We have the Second Amendment for a reason. It's time for people to come back here with weapons and show these people that we're equals.
I can just feel the emotion coming off of you right now. You've been wearing it on your sleeve today, as I've seen you have some interactions with other protesters here. Describe to me some of those emotions that you're feeling right now.
I'm angry. We knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen the minute they called the election in 2024. That's why what I did right when I knew the election was going to go the way it did, that's why I went and I bought my first gun. I used to hate guns. I used to think that it was insane that we have more guns than people in this country. And in reality, I still do think that it's insane that we have more guns than people. But if we've got people like these guys out here just terrorizing people, kicking in doors with no warrants, kidnapping people with no cause, and murdering people for trying to flee and for obeying a command to leave the area, and then shooting her in the face like that after she drops her kid off at school, we have to show up with guns. We have to. There's no other way around it. I don't care if I don't have a Minnesota carry permit. I'm unarmed right now, but this is the last time I show up to face these guys without a weapon. There's no way. I got shot with a pepper ball 5 minutes after walking in here. I never laid a finger on them. I never raised a hand to them. I've only been using my voice. The time for speaking is over. The time for niceties is over. The time for peace is over. They fired the first shot. It is time to end this shit by any means necessary.
You're talking about, potentially going to a dark place in this country. Do you foresee
We're there. This is the dark place. This is the dark time. We have people being sent to Salvadorian concentration camps. We got other countries being raided for their oil. We're in the dark time. There's no way out of this. There's no voting our way out of this. We can't wait till November. There's no waiting to the ballot box. We need to get to the bullet box. That's the only way. If there was another way, I'd be advocating for it.
All right, so and he's right. You can't meet violence with peace. You can't do it. Violence don't recognize peace. Okay, And then on top of that, your damn vote don't even matter anyway. So this thing is about to kick off because the everyday citizen is just fed up. You know, I got another video that I want to play too. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I was looking for it. I'll find it in just a second. It's for another day.
This is the United States federal government. Over here. I gotta get this is the warning. Gotta get to my house. Go to
Yeah, this is one right here. It's not the one that I wanted, but it'll do.
For what? Stop fucking following us. You are impeding operations. This is the United States federal government. Over here. I gotta get to my house. This is your warning. Gotta get to my house. Go home to your kids. Go to church. Go to home to your kids. This is your last warning. I serve the Lord. I will arrest you. Go to church. Let people let the people. I guarantee you're not going to like the outcome. Go home to your children. It's Sunday. Yeah, go exactly. Let people go to church. You did not learn from what just happened? Go home to your kids.
He says, did you not learn from what just happened? And
it's the second video I've seen where someone says, didn't you learn from what happened?
Did you learn from what happened? And then the person who's being told, learn what? If I don't listen to you and stop exercising my First Amendment rights, my right to just be a person in my own community, you're going to what, kill me? That's the lesson. And if you see this person is being told, go home to your children, stop following us. Now they're starting to claim that like just following them to observe them is impeding. They're claiming that's now a violation of law. But there's a person with a gun drawn on the other side of the car. Why is the gun out?
Right. There's another dude with a gun drawn because these dudes ain't playing, man. They kill on sight, man. We just watched a video where they just killed the dude on sight. On sight. They saw him, ripped him out of his car. My man was dead, and that's the chick that the Edomite chick. They got her face blew off. I mean, there are many stories where ICE done like the video that I the one that I wanted to play. I'm not gonna get it because I'm trying to for the sake of time, but the guy was like he ripped him out of Target. 17-year-old boy ripped him out of Target, when they didn't even check his ID or anything like that. And then when they found out he was an American citizen, they just literally threw him out the truck and he landed, in the parking lot. Like he literally threw him out. And the thing is these Edomites are like, okay, well, if they just pulling guns on us, these dudes are scared. Okay? They scared because now they realize that they're not safe either. All right? This is 2 Ezra 9. This is 2 Ezra 9 and 5. And it reads, this is 2 Ezra 9 and 1. And it says, and he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the earth which he made. Okay? So, and then it gives a list of all the things that'll be happening. Okay? And all of these things are happening right now, right? The next thing that's going to happen is a sedition. People are going to get to the point to where they're going to fight back. All right. I'm going to go to Isaiah 19 and 2. And it says, "And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone his neighbor, everyone against his brother, and against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." All right. So this is civil war. This is civil war and war. All right. And we see the war ramping up. You know, Trump talking about striking Iran, and it's pretty much confirmed that he's going to do it. Iran is talking about they're going to assassinate Trump. They're not going to miss this time, which will imply they already tried to assassinate him, right? So he says, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. Okay, so um, these people are going to fight against this Gestapo. All right, this is even before the famine of bread happened. They're going to be fighting one another because these people are ruthless. These ICE people are ruthless, and they can show you exactly where this is going because it's going to get to a point to where they're going to have to fight. It's like you're backing a dog, a scary ass dog, back into a corner. Eventually, the dog going to have to bite you. Okay, it doesn't matter how scary he is. He's going to have to turn and try to bite to defend himself. All right, and that's exactly what's going to happen with these people. All right. So when you go to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, oh yes, I'm gonna read verse 6, but I'm gonna skip down to verse 15. It says, "For their wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually." Yeah, so this is talking about the wicked of our people, the 2/3, and the wicked. All right, the Lord ain't holding his tongue no more, right? So you're seeing the wicked, the hammer of the earth coming down on his own people, and he coming down on Jake, all at the same time. Well, you know, it started off with Jake, because of course judgment is going to begin with the house of Israel first. All right, and then it's going to start to trickle off, but it's all encompassing. Okay, eventually this devil, like he's doing right now, he's going to start, coming after everybody. He's going to be like a madman, sparing none. All right, and that's exactly what we're seeing. He's a madman. All right, so I'm gonna scroll down. Oop. Scroll down and it says, I'm gonna start at verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell in, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another with sword in their hands." And we're seeing that right now with ICE. And the modern day sword is the gun. And eventually, ICE is gonna draw these people out until they're gonna have to fight, which is gonna cause verse 16. "For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Because most Americans are looking at the American government as corrupt. That the politicians are completely corrupt and bought off and sold off, and they run a corrupt system, and they have a corrupt Gestapo policing the people right now. Which, as Jesse Ventura said in one of his videos, that's proof that America is a third world country because they got the military policing the people, which is true. Okay. And it says, "A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able." Yeah, because you got the border police out there. All right, they're not allowing you to move freely anymore, and that's just gonna this sentiment of moving around is gonna get worse, and eventually it's gonna get to a point to where nobody's gonna leave their house. Okay. All right. It's gonna get to a point to uh where people are gonna be scared to leave their homes, and some people are not. It's not gonna be out of fear. It's gonna be out of wisdom. Okay, you're not gonna move around. All right, because everybody. I mean, the stupidest shit. Everybody in America is still worried about making money when you're at risk of literally getting snatched up off the streets, but then you're worried about making money and going to work and shit. That just shows you how gone these people are in the mind. They're not gonna band together to try to fight this system that's oppressing them. Nah, they're gonna go to work and make some money and still worry about paying the same bills and the same systems and the same systems that you're using to pay these bills. Who you paying them to? Those are the same people that's causing all this shit. They're all a part of it. These big multinational corporations that are owned by the very people that are promoting this bullshit, man. In one shape or form, fashion, one shape, form, or another. All right. So you still trying to work, make money so you can pay your rent to these big ass banks when the banks are the ones that are funding this shit. You trying to pay these multinational corporations when they're the ones who are funding this shit, man. Okay? That's gonna show you y'all people are stupid, and you know what? I'm gonna continue on because this is exactly the scriptures describe it perfectly. It says, "A man," verse 17, "a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." Because you're prideful. You just can't let go of what you got. You got to keep what you got. Okay, you got to fight to keep what you got. And yeah, okay. That stupid ass house that these people stole from you anyway. That dumbass car that you don't need, right? You really need the chief things, but those ain't good enough. You want to live in a lap of luxury, and that's exactly what is the biggest reason why America's in this situation. Is because they wanted to live deliciously. Y'all dumbass Americans. You want to work on the spine. You want to work off the spines of other people's backs. Okay, their labors, their work. You don't want to do shit for yourself. All right. Verse 19, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." Ain't gonna be no food, no water, hyperinflation, Gestapo on the streets, war inside and outside of America. Well, there you go. So the people are fed up with ICE, man, and we're gonna see people start fighting back. All right. And when you got people saying, "Hey, we need to go to the bullet box," then you know what time it is. So with that, I'm in this lesson off and giving all praises going on to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kadash. So next time I say Shalom.